Cette semaine, je suis à New York. New York, c'est Broadway, Times Square, la Statue de la Liberté, mais c'est aussi le Bronx. 200 crimes violents par jour, le taux de criminalité qui a augmenté de 20 au cours des 2 dernières années. Et comme j'ai peur de rien, direction New York. New York, c'est surréaliste. On arrive là-bas, il y a des lumières partout, il y a du monde partout, il y a de la vie, peu importe l'heure de la journée, il y a toujours du monde, il y a toujours quelque chose qui se passe. C'est pas compliqué. Selon moi, c'est la capitale des États-Unis. Donc, je quitte Manhattan, je suis en direction du Bronx. Vous savez, le Bronx, là, c'est comme des films. J'avais des idées préconçues, puis quand je suis arrivé là-bas, j'ai pas été déçu. C'était exactement ça. Nobody knows why we play the same old games. And you're gonna be back to another level. Je continue de me promener dans les rues. Tu vois des jeunes qui ont ouvert des bornes fontaines, puis ils s'amusent. Donc, ça prend pas grand-chose. Vous savez, là, lorsqu'on vit dans la pauvreté, la plus petite chose peut nous amuser. C'est ça, le Bronx. À un moment donné, je passe devant une station de pompiers. Écoutez, là, s'il y a des gens qui peuvent nous conter des histoires là-bas, c'est vraiment un pompier. Fait que j'ai décidé d'arrêter. J'ai vu quelqu'un à l'extérieur. Je lui ai demandé de me conter c'était comment la vie de pompier à New York, et plus spécialement dans le Bronx. You better just surrender cause I stand my ground. You better just surrender cause I stand my ground. You better just surrender cause I stand my ground. You better just surrender cause I stand my ground. Feel it in my bones, boom, boom, crack, playing it down, track by track, high-fi decibels, low-fi rack, taste so incredible, Scooby stack, got no money, ain't got fame, low on the pole but high on the game. So Silas,
what's up?
What part of New York are we now, right now?
Right now we're in the Bronx, the jungle. This is Ogden Avenue right here. Man, it get it on over here all the time. I mean, it has its cool days, but then it have those days where it really get live out here, for real.
As a fireman, you must have encountered a lot of the incidents who might happen here.
Of course, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Things pop off here. First responder, I'm here, I gotta see it, I gotta deal with it, I gotta make sure, wrap it up, make sure it's good, take it to the hospital. Some of them make it, some of them don't. It all depends on the call.
Is there has been any call that you had problem to deal with?
My first jumping down. Now, what a jumping down is, you see this building up here?
Yeah.
There's people that goes through certain things, and they will climb to the top of that building and jump off. You understand? And the first time I had a call like that, I didn't know what to do, because I'm not sure if the person was dead. I wasn't sure if I can help this person. I didn't know what was going on.
So what happened when you got there?
Oh, when I got there, homie arm was here.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah, there was nothing to do. He was just gone.
Jab me all you want, I could take it on the chin, then I'll throw you on the mat. 1, 2, 3, pin!
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn dude. Stand up. Shout out to my man Fabulous. You already know what time it is.
How different Brooklyn is from the Bronx?
Oh, that's like night and day.
Really?
What? Let me tell you something. I'm a Brooklyn nigga, hardcore. You know what I'm saying? These dudes out here in the Bronx, they're like foreigners. I mean, I don't understand these guys out here. Don't get me wrong, you got a couple cool ones, but they don't have their own style. They don't have their own unique. They're not unique at all. They're copycats. They like copying things. They're not real. You understand? They fake dudes, funny dudes too. I think some of them are like Kevin Hart. They're hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk. So it's night and day, Brooklyn and Bronx. Night and day.
Is there any neighborhood that we should avoid?
Avoid the whole Bronx, man.
The old Bronx?
Avoid the whole Bronx.
So we should go back in Brooklyn?
You avoid Brooklyn too. New York is the jungle. I'm just telling you, honest to God, New York's the jungle.
Sometimes it's nice to go in the jungle.
Yeah, if you got the right equipment. You got the right equipment and you come in strong, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the jungle. But if you come in and you ain't prepared, I don't know, you may get attacked by a lion, one of them tigers.
So you might not make it back home, eh?
That's not a strong possibility. It's all about the wrong place, wrong time. That's all it's about. It's about timing. Because they ain't knuckling up at all. I'll tell you that right now. They either shooting, stabbing.
Thanks a lot. I go back home now. Keep making a difference.
You already know.
Donc, à un moment donné, je décide de quitter le Bronx pour me diriger vers Harlem. C'est facile, il n'y a seulement qu'une rivière. Et c'est la rivière Harlem que tu traverses pour te rendre là-bas. Et je m'en vais rencontrer le Carver Mob Crew. So, Daddy, what a beautiful day, eh?
It's gorgeous out here. You can't beat this weather.
So, which park are we at?
This is called 128th Street. FDR Park, they call it. It's all different names from the people here in the neighborhood.
We're here for something special, like street football.
Yes. Well, it all started, back in the day, we started on the concrete fields and it slowly progressed onto the grass.
Just so I'm right, you're playing without any protection.
Correct.
And you first started on concrete.
On concrete.
So it's a nice progression to be playing on grass,
sure,
eh?
Sure. But the guys, when they're playing, it doesn't matter what they're playing on, concrete, grass, they're playing at 100%. They have no regard to their bodies about being hurt or anything like that.
You gotta be tough.
Yes, you do.
Was it a way to resolve some beefs between gangs or neighborhood?
Well, it was a neighborhood thing, instead of you grew up here and naturally in the cities there's fighting and stuff like that, but this took everyone away from that. Now we meet in the park, we'll play ball against one another, and then after that, we're still friends.
So what Carver Mob mean to you?
It's a family. We all look out for one another, and I tell you, I wouldn't play for any other team.
So you all have a tattoo of the team?
A lot of the guys do.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys do. And then, as a attire, man, the wives have it, the kids have it. Grandma, if she wants it, we'll give it to grandma and everything like that.
One thing I noticed, because I've been all over the place in the U.S., but New York, you walk around the street, it's fairly safe, I would say.
Everyone has the wrong perception of New York. They think you're going to come to New York and people are going to just jump all over.
You have those stories about how it was in the days.
Right, and then what you read in the newspapers.
Yeah.
Every newspaper only is going to write bad things because that's what we like reading about. Here in New York, if you're looking for trouble, you'll find it very quickly. You walk around just minding your business, people are people here. It really isn't as bad as everyone perceives New York is,
So they did a good job to secure the streets.
Yeah, the streets got cleaned up like that, but
Would you say the street got cleaned up, or the people decided to choose a different route?
That's what it is. The people starting to grow up and realize, this ain't the way to live. We all gotta love one another, stop all this bullshit, this white, black, and all this other crap, and let's live.
I understand, and now I know I better stay on this side of the field, because if I get with you on that side of the field, you're just a different person.
That's exactly right.
And I don't want to get into trouble. Hey, thanks, Johnny.
Thank you very much.
Durant ma discussion avec Johnny, après lui avoir expliqué le genre d'histoire que je voulais avoir, C'est là qu'il me dit, faut que tu parles avec le coach. Lui, il a des histoires que tu vas entendre. Hey, Coach Pam.
Hey, Hugo, how you doing?
How you doing?
Great. What's going on?
Beautiful day, eh?
Yes, beautiful day for this.
Not too hard on them?
In a little while. In a little while.
Gonna push them?
Yes, that's my job. That's my job.
Donc, le coach avait une belle histoire à me dire. Puis, en résumé, c'était de m'expliquer comment le football avait changé sa vie. Il faut le dire ici, on parle pas de quelqu'un qui est sorti du hood pour aller jouer dans une université américaine et par la suite être repêché par une équipe professionnelle. On parle de quelqu'un qui est parti du hood, s'est ramassé en prison et le football l'a sorti de la prison. When you were doing the wrong things, was it hard knowing that you know what, you're doing something that might cause you problem, and at the same time, there's something you want to achieve and you want to do, it would put you on the right path?
You know, let me start like that. I might answer that. Everything, when I'm walking the wrong path, I knew the consequences. Even as a kid, I knew the consequences, but it's like, who gives a shit? But these streets made me who I am. I'm happy I went through everything, man. Honestly, if I didn't go through going to jail at 14 for murder and staying until I was 21, coming out for 5 years, going back for drugs, 6 to life, come home, 3 years, go back for selling drugs again. If I didn't go through all those stages of my life, I'd have been dead. Honestly, those steps
Save your life.
saved my life. If I really never went to jail so early, I'd have been killed in these streets.
Un fait très surprenant, c'est que durant ma conversation, une fois que j'ai été en mesure d'établir un climat de confiance avec le coach, il a commencé à me parler à un niveau beaucoup plus personnel. Et c'est là que je me suis rendu compte qu'il y avait quand même une certaine sensibilité, puis qu'au fin fond, peu importe le genre d'individu qu'on est, c'est souvent le milieu qui va faire ce qu'on va devenir et pas nécessairement ce qu'on voudrait être.
When my daughter was born in 2006, February 12th, I promised my mother I will never leave my daughter. So 2-3 years, my daughter is getting big, I'm home, and I kept doing the same wrong thing. And my mother said to me, remember what you told me, right? I was like, yeah, Mama, stop, you right. The next day, I end up with a new bid, a 3-year bid. And I had to hear my mother tell me that every day or every time I call, you did this to yourself, like, you know? And then when I came home in 2012, March, I went to my mother's house to get my daughter. And she said, remember what I told you, right? I was like, yeah, I'm never going back, Mom. Believe me this time, I'm never going back. I leave with my daughter to go home. I get a call 2 hours later, my mother died.
No.
Yeah. That was her last words to me. I'm never going back. Never. Word up.
Je continue à me promener dans Harlem et là, j'atterris dans le quartier de Spanish Harlem. Il n'y a pas de doute, lorsqu'on arrive là, on voit les drapeaux de Porto Rico un peu partout. On voit les gens dans la rue, on entend la musique. Faut le vivre pour comprendre qu'est-ce que c'est. Donc, je me suis rendu au Carver pour rencontrer le coach. Ça, c'est vraiment là, le projet dans lequel il a été élevé, le projet dans lequel il a vendu de la drogue et le projet dans lequel il a tué. So this is your project?
Yes, this is where I was born and raised. Carver Projects right here. And right now we're at 106th Street.
So you spend most of your life here?
Yeah, this here and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this is it. That gym right here.
Yeah.
See that door right there? That blue door right there? Me and two guys got into a scuffle. And one thing led to another. The guy left and came back and started beating my friend with a baseball bat. So I was in there and they told me, come out. Yo, he's beating your friend with a bat. And when I came out, I seen a guy like this.
Swinging at him?
Swinging at him. So I told my guy, move. And when he moved, you see that tree?
Yeah.
That tree right there? That's why I killed him. So basically, I was born right there. I grew up right here. And that tree took me up there to jail.
And that kid that you shoot was a kid from here?
That white building right there. And I gotta walk by and see his kids all the time.
How did you feel at the time?
Felt like I was a fucking man. I had no idea I was a piece of shit, man. Like, coward, man. I was
So
a
at the
coward.
time you thought that was the right thing to do?
Yeah, at that time I thought that was, yeah.
You got respect for it?
Yeah, of course, but respect that what? That's not real respect, man, you know.
No, it's not real respect, but in that world, it is.
It is. At that time, and where my mind was at, yeah.
Were you thinking at a time you could get away with everything?
Exactly. I thought I'm young, they can't do nothing to me. And I was wrong. And you know what's funny? Speaking and God work in mysterious ways, this guy right here,
Yeah.
just walking out of nowhere. Just come here.
Hey.
This guy named is West Scott.
How are you? Hey, nice to meet you.
My
You go.
pleasure.
He's one of the guys that's seen every bad thing we did
So you saw him growing
when
up?
we was...
Since the beginning.
How tough it was for you?
It was tough. It was tough. I was the only white kid in my whole neighborhood. My grandma school
Really?
I went to school, yeah. But I was lucky. I went to a prep high school. I got a scholarship, and then I got a scholarship to college.
And you run fast?
I used to run fast.
Used to?
You had to, eh?
I used to, you know.
All it is, you know, like, as a kid, I guess you had beef with some people, then now
But
you
beef
walk
is-
by on the street and now everything's okay now.
Well, beef back then was different.
Different, way different.
You know, him and I fought. After we fought, we were friends.
cool. We're cool.
You know,
Now-
we had respect for each other. Now these kids fight, and later on they
these-
see you in the street, they want to shoot
But
you.
the kids right now, they got beef for no reason.
Just looking at
Yeah,
somebody,
beef because
bumping into somebody.
Yeah, beef because you wear another color. It's
Or
stupid.
you from a
shit.
different project.
It's stupid beef. It
You
ain't
know?
beef for nothing.
Would you say those kids now doesn't have anybody to look up to? That's why they act the way they're acting. You know, they think that being a gangster is just being rough and tough.
I think it all starts in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I did something wrong, I had to pay the consequence when I'm at home. And then when crack came, it really
Oh, that
killed everybody.
That must have been bad, the crack here.
yeah, that killed my family.
That just
Donc finalement, ma rencontre avec le coach m'a vraiment amené à repenser un peu ma façon de voir les choses. Parce que j'ai comme rencontré deux individus. J'ai aucun doute que le coach, dans ses pires moments, devait être quelqu'un d'extrêmement méchant. Et du même côté, j'ai rencontré le coach qui est extrêmement sensible.
Whoever said love don't cost a thing lied. I couldn't begin to tell you about all of the things I lost. It's not just you, it was me too. Your love was see-through, never equal to mine.
Would you say, and I'm not taking away any of the responsibilities for your action, but somehow what happened to you was collateral damage from this era where drugs just hit the street hard and destroyed many families?
I watched drugs build one side for the money-wise, and I watched drugs kill another side. This place right here, we used to when I was 14, 13, this park, after 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, no kid could play in this park from 1987 on, from 4 to 12.
4 to 12, no kids allowed.
Nobody was allowed, only crackheads that was buying crack. This park used to be 1,000 people lined up to buy crack.
Afloat, we was both in the same boat. Co-captain to the tank so damn low. A tainted soul can't move if he can't go. Let me describe that pic while I paint slow.
So your family, you say it hurt your family.
Yeah, it broke me.
Oh, yeah?
Broke me.
Your dad using it?
Yeah, my dad using it to all my uncles and them selling it. To see my own dad out here stealing from my grandmother.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, the person that I was supposed to be molded, you know, your father is who you supposed to
look up to.
Yeah. And he used to be out here, these buildings, trying to rob dudes, they beating them up, and...
How that made you feel?
At that time, I felt like, fuck him. Yeah, so what? But now, my father died a year before my mother, and I never got to apologize to him, man.
You regret you never got the chance to apologize?
Word.
Let the rain hit the window pane, hit them like, well, I remember how we used to be. It's just you and me sitting outside. Back and forth on a rocking chair, in my arms, I will hold you tight.
Did he apologize to you?
Never, but that don't, just because he never did it don't mean I can't do it.
I understand.
You know? Like, I gotta live with that shit every day that I ain't even get to tell him, you know what? Maybe the drug controlled you. It wasn't you, it was the drug, and tell him how much I love him or nothing. I'll never get to tell him that.
Quand on rencontre quelqu'un qui a déjà tué et qui se met à pleurer devant nous à cause des raisons qui l'ont emmené à faire tout ça, tu peux pas rester insensible et ne pas arriver à voir que finalement, certains problèmes de caractère chez certaines personnes est juste le reflet de problèmes de société. Harlem, c'est dans le nord de New York, juste à côté de Central Park. Puis un endroit où il y a beaucoup de monde, c'est à 125e. Et quand je dis du monde, là, il y a vraiment beaucoup de monde. Et toutes sortes de monde. Il y a des déchets partout, il y a des vendeurs itinérants, il y a des vendeurs de drogue, il y a des prostituées. Nommez-les, sont toutes là. Donc, si vous voulez voir une jungle, allez sur la 125e, pas trop loin du Apollo, vous allez avoir pas mal de fun. Donc, pour mieux comprendre comment ça se passe dans Harlem au cours des 50 dernières années, je rencontre quelqu'un qui a vraiment un look qui sort de l'ordinaire, Sam. Lui a connu les hauts et les bas d'Harlem. Sam, you've been around for a long time.
Yes, yes.
How long you been here for?
I've been here 53 years, from Alabama to the Army and to New York.
So you own a place called...
Paris Blues Bar.
That's yours?
Yes, right. 48 years in county.
So can you share with me some stories of this location?
Okay, well, right here we're at 122nd Street and 7th Avenue, Adam Clayton Power. This is a statue of Mother Hale. She was a senior citizen lady. She took it upon herself with her own money to take care of children who was addicts and you know, drug addict babies and alcoholic babies. You know, they actually took them over
and raised them.
And raised them right here in this building, right?
In this building right here?
Exactly right, yeah.
So you told me you were living, or actually your business is right across, that's where you live.
Yeah.
And it's right across where the Black Panthers had their head office.
Right there, yes, right there.
And you were there when the feds took them down.
Yes, I was, right there. Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, you know, all them guys come around with nice looking blue suits, gray suits on, you know how they dress. And they just did what they were doing, it was like, they make it look like they just coming by or passing by. Matter of fact, two of the people who was doing the bus was actually sitting in my bar, like they're having a drink at that time, and you don't pay them no attention because you see people coming around like that all the time.
Ain't no trouble till there's trouble. Ain't no sorrow till tomorrow.
The Black Panthers at the time, were they doing any good for the people living in this hood?
Well, what happened? A lot of us got brainwashed. They would take time to try to talk to the neighborhood people and tell them some things you need to do, or either the only thing it was is just a little bit of fight. But Martin Luther King said non-violence.
Yeah.
They used to throw stones and stuff at us down south, and we didn't never fight back. But with the Black Panthers,
They were fighting back.
A little fight back.
Because, you know, racial tension were probably at the highest point.
Has it ever been back then?
Back then, but still now, is it still the same?
It's much better now because people are getting more educated now. And what we're doing now, you go to the poll and vote, that helps too. So all of those things help now, yeah. Which we didn't do back then, yeah.
Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Sam.
sure, you're mighty welcome.
Thank you.
All right, okay.
Donc, je continue à me promener dans les rues d'Harlem et là, je rencontre Billie Jean. Écoutez, là, c'est pas la Billie Jean de Michael Jackson dans sa chanson. Billie Jean, c'est une chanteuse de jazz qui, dans le jour, se promène avec son panier d'épicerie rempli de bouteilles d'eau gelées ainsi que de thé glacé gelé qu'elle vend à 1 $ la bouteille. Il n'y en a plus beaucoup comme elle qui font ce genre de pratique-là. Mais cette pratique-là, à l'époque, s'était répandue partout dans Harlem.
Iced tea, ice water. Hi.
You selling this stuff, Billy?
Yes, I am.
How much?
$1.
$1.
Are you a cop?
No.
Let me see if you got the necklace. No.
No necklace.
right.
So how long you been doing this for?
17 years.
How did you get started?
1999 at the Puerto Rican Day Parade on Madison and Fifth Avenue. I had 2 plastic Pathmark shopping carts. One was filled with ice and water, and my 3-year-old son was in the baby basket, and my daughter had the other cart. I had the one without the baby. She had my son in the cart. And it was these police were lined up on both sides getting ready to be placed where they're going to be for the day. And she went into a manhole cover, and the whole damn thing tipped over.
No.
Yes, I was scared to death. I thought they was gonna take the baby, my water, give me a ticket, throw my ass in jail. But they all came and they helped me get the cart back up on its wheels and told me to have a good day. So I got so nervous that they was gonna say, wait a minute, mister, you have a license. I started saying, anybody want one? They say, no, it's okay. So I did
Why were you nervous? You were dealing with the police.
One time I got a ticket on 125th Street. They charged me $1,000 for the unlicensed cart and $1,000 for the unlicensed beverage. The only reason why I didn't have to answer the ticket, they spelt my name wrong. They called me Cynthia. Not my name. I don't have to answer the ticket.
Gentlemen, you want some water?
$1.
Yeah, it's cheap, $1.
Yes.
Got iced tea and water.
Peach iced tea.
Peach iced tea.
All right.
So we go 50-50 if I work with you.
No, we ain't going no
Yeah,
50-50.
50
Thank
cents
you,
for
sir.
you, $50 for me. That's
No.
a good... No?
What kind of math you doing?
That's good.
That don't add up in my book. I'm sorry. I don't know what you...
That's good math.
Mister, I come across a lot of people every summer with all of this craziness at me, but that is the best one I've heard yet.
Billie Jean, là, pour être simple, c'est pas compliqué. C'est vraiment un personnage, un genre d'Alice Robbie afro-américaine avec du rouge à lèvres sur les dents. So you're doing this during daytime.
In the summer.
And nighttime?
I sing at night. I sell iced tea and
You're a
water
singer?
in West Harlem Street
Really?
by day, and I sing my ass off by night. Yes, I do.
What do you sing?
Anything I want to.
Like what? Sing me a song, something. You ready, sister?
Yeah. Ice cold water, $1. Getting cold cash money in the hood. If you getting money like me, it's so good. If you ball and say water.
Water.
I'm getting cold cash money like water. Everybody thinks that I'm Lady Day's daughter. Well, sorta, well, kinda, but not. Lady Day was cool, but Princess Billy's real hot. I sell a lot of water and I get a lot of guap. I write one song and my hits don't stop all because of that ice cold water, $1. That's it. That's it.
That's good.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mon bilan d'Harlem, c'est que ça a beaucoup changé au cours des 30-40 dernières années. C'est pas le Harlem des films de gangsters qu'on voyait à l'époque. C'est un Harlem qui est beaucoup plus multiculturel. On retrouve d'autres ethnies, ce qu'on n'avait pas auparavant. Même qu'il y a beaucoup de Blancs, alors qu'à l'époque, même Sam me l'a dit, les Blancs n'étaient pas les bienvenus. York, c'est une ville, oui, elle est extraordinaire. Elle est extraordinaire parce qu'on peut avoir des spectacles, on peut y mener la belle vie. Elle est extraordinaire aussi parce que c'est terriblement dangereux. Ce qui est le fun à New York, là, les feux de circulation, c'est plus une suggestion qu'une obligation. Parce que de toute évidence, qu'elle soit verte ou rouge, ça ne change rien. Les gens font ce qu'ils veulent. Puis on a fait environ 6 pouces en 30 minutes. Il faut s'armer de patience, on ne veut pas terminer comme dans le film L'Enragé. Étant donné que moi, je cherche les pires endroits dans les villes américaines, j'ai fait une petite recherche sur le web. Et à New York, les Pink Houses, c'est un des endroits que je me devais d'aller visiter. Et par hasard, ça se trouve à être dans Brooklyn, qui est une des 5 sections de la grande ville de New York. Quand j'arrive sur place, il faut comprendre, les Pink Houses, c'est un gros projet. Il y a plus de 10 000 personnes qui habitent là. Ça couvre une grande surface. Il y a beaucoup de monde, et il y a beaucoup de monde qui sont là à faire le genre de choses qu'ils ne devraient pas faire.
If you ain't careful, life gon' pass you by. And early in the mornings, I look up to the sky. It seems like on the shop, man, the sun don't shine. Wishing I could go back and live this one more time. Yeah.
So, Pops, this is the Pink Houses.
Yeah.
Can you give me a background of this place?
Well, actually, it's the most dangerous project in New York City.
And why is that?
Because you see a lot of crime going on, a lot of drug selling, you know, a lot of griminess going on, like people will backstab you in your face and then smile up in your face the next day, act like nothing happened. I'm gonna give you an example of me. Like when I first moved into the projects, I've been shot twice.
You've been shot twice?
Yeah, once in my neck and once in my face.
And for what reason?
It's because I got caught up in the streets. Some people was fearing me, so they had to do what they had to do. They know I carry a gun, so they know if they don't get me, I'm gonna get you.
So that's how it works?
Yeah.
So what got you to change?
What really got me to change is incarceration. That really turned my whole life around because it was like, okay, do you want to spaz out, get more time in jail, or you want to go in the streets and make it better for you and your family? And I chose to make it better for me and my family.
What makes the Pink Houses this way?
I think it's the way everybody's confined, the end. It's like you're in jail, but you're free.
You're free, but you're in jail?
Yeah.
Yeah, but jail is not as violent as the Pink House is.
No, because in jail, you got limitations of weapons. And you know if you get caught with a weapon, you're gonna get extra time. But in the streets, you got guns. You can get your life taken with the snap of a finger.
What it is what it is in East Coast projects. You can't just be going up in anybody's projects without getting a stamp of approval. Even in our inner circle, we collide. Best friends turn on each other over money, power, and women. When you bring everyone down, including your mother, you sure you from these projects? And you wonder why he's here.
Pops, il a son propre show sur le web, donc il a créé une web series qui est basée des histoires vécues à l'intérieur du Pink Houses. Donc, il est en mesure de pouvoir me donner un tour guidé sécuritaire à l'intérieur d'un endroit auquel j'aurais pas été capable d'avoir accès sans avoir eu un accès privilégié avec une personne qui pourrait garantir ma sécurité.
This is the lobby where, you know, when I first entered, when my family was moving the, furniture up the elevator. So when we went upstairs, me and my brother heard shots.
A gunshot?
Yeah, gunshots. So we ran down the stairs, and we seen somebody got murdered right here in this.
Right here?
Right here.
So that's your welcome party. You first move in, and that's how you've been greeting, eh?
It's not only that, like, it got worse as the days go by. Like,
what do you mean got worse? Can get worse?
2 or 3 days later, a big shootout happened in the back, and somebody got killed then. Then, like, a week later, somebody got shot by on the Hollywood side with a hole in his back like this big.
You're kidding me.
They had to put a pillow over his back to try to stop the blood. But he was gone anyway, so.
I was saying from outside looks good, inside too, but the smell, you know.
Oh, the urine.
That's bad.
Yo, let me tell you something. These little young people, they don't care. If they have to pee, they pee in the stairway. They pee on the elevator.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, the elevator.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Vous pouvez comprendre, c'est pas le genre d'endroit où on s'éternise, mais j'étais là juste assez longtemps pour voir arriver une escouade policière qui, eux, sont venus puis ont vérifié tout le monde qui était à l'extérieur. Faut comprendre, il y a beaucoup de gens qui vivent là, qui sont en probation. Il y a beaucoup de gens qui ont fait des séjours en prison, qui sont sortis et qui, malheureusement, doivent se tenir loin de certaines activités. Donc, les policiers sont là pour s'assurer qu'ils restent du bon côté du chemin. Puis, ils vérifient, quand je dis tout le monde, c'est tout le monde, ils sont même venus me vérifier moi. Well, it's amazing, you know, I've been meeting a lot of people, you know, who've been through same kind of experience than you had. And somehow, there's a lot of goodness, a lot of positive coming out of it.
You see, I'm doing positive things now. I did my time with jail. You know, unfortunately, I had to go through the shooting situation, but it all comes together to something positive.
But I'm glad I met the person that you are now and not the one you were before. Thanks a lot. Donc, en conclusion, ma visite du Pink Houses, c'est comme tous les projets qu'on retrouve à travers les grandes villes américaines. C'est le genre d'endroits qui sont faits avec une raison, c'est de mettre un paquet de monde et les garder dans une genre de prison, même s'ils sont libres. Parce qu'il faut comprendre qu'une fois à l'intérieur, ils ont leur propre règlement. Et généralement, ils ne croient pas beaucoup dans le système. Donc, ils créent leur propre système. Et à 10 000 personnes, on peut dire que c'est une petite ville à l'intérieur, d'un projet. Mon dernier arrêt à New York, ça se passe à 2e Avenue, dans Manhattan. Je m'en vais rencontrer Chris, qui est un boxeur et aussi un boucher. Donc, quand j'arrive là-bas, il faut comprendre, là, c'est une belle petite boucherie d'époque. On est dans le quartier allemand de Manhattan. Donc, il y a des boudins qui pendent un peu partout. Donc, ça a vraiment un look d'époque. On a l'impression, encore une fois, de retourner dans le temps. C'est typiquement new-yorkais. Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
My name is Chris Cunningham. I was the BX Fight Club Season 2 champion. It's an underground fight club in the Bronx. It's pretty much an event usually held for the community, by the community, to support non-violence, you know, gloves up, guns down kind of thing. They want to get kids off the street and to exert all that, you know, violence they have inside and pent-up rage into a form of boxing, you know, 16-ounce gloves, you know, go in there, duke it out, and then at the end of the round of the fight, you hug it out, and, you know, it's all love.
Were you always attracted by the fighting sport?
Yeah, I was, you know, since I was a teenager, 15, 16, I always loved, you know, mixed martial arts, you know, mostly the striking game, Muay Thai, boxing, and stuff like that. It's really important to know how, you know, how to defend yourself and stuff like that, because in situations like that, you know, it could be life or death.
Is it much better than it was before?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, that's, you know, back in the day, I heard when I was little, I heard my parents and my friends telling me, like in the 80s, 70s, New York was not the same.
And the police presence is way more than it was before.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, you know, you go in the subway or, you know, you on the street, you see them posted up right in the corner and, you know, waiting for something bad to happen. So I would say the streets are a lot safer.
So how do you manage to do your work, training?
Well, in the morning, I start here at work in the morning after 10 o'clock, 10:30. And Some days I go to Gleason's gym at 5 a.m., 5:30 to train a little bit, and then at 9 I head here. And then after work I do my cardio and I work in my backyard, hit the tires and stuff like that. And on Sundays I usually just go straight to the gym.
Can we go see you train?
Oh yeah, definitely, let's do it.
All right, let's go. En route vers là, Chris avait faim, il venait de terminer son quart de travail, donc il a décidé de m'emmener manger dans ce que lui appelle une expérience typiquement new-yorkaise, un deli, qui est aussi un dépanneur, et ça, là-bas, on en retrouve beaucoup. Oui, c'est carrément différent de ce qu'on peut vivre chez nous, mais là-bas, c'est régulier d'en voir à peu près à tous les coins de rue, deli, dépanneurs, on vend des sandwichs new-yorkais. Ils ont leur manière de faire les choses. Ça a été une belle expérience parce que moi, je mange du riz et du poulet. Ça s'est donné qu'il y en avait. Donc, avec son histoire, il me raconte comment il a débuté, comment il a commencé à s'entraîner à l'âge de 16 ans, qu'il a commencé à s'entraîner dans l'arrière-cour, son backyard. Et lui, au lieu d'avoir un punching bag, c'était des pneus, des gros pneus de voiture. Donc, j'étais très intéressé de me rendre chez lui dans Queen pour aller voir comment ça se passe. So, this is it?
This is it.
That's where you train?
Yep.
This is your punching bag?
Oh yeah, it's where I imagine my opponent, you know?
So, what is your mindset when you get here?
I try to just work on what I need to work on, but most of all is just trying to imagine your opponent there and beating them, you know? And, you know, the tires don't hit back, so I just try to use as much imagination as possible to, you know, shadow him right there, make believe.
That's where you...
The head movement, you know, the defense comes in and everything like that.
Must be tough on the end, eh?
Yeah, it has a good rebound and everything, but, you know, with safety, you wrap your hands with good gloves, you get money.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You show me?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
Curtain up the performer, ready for the camera's aim. Float light like a feather on the path to fame. The same fate, ready for another in line. Next, please, and we're getting the production time refined. With the tension moving on to the next one. Others step into the frame, they reject some. Maybe give a recognition or affection, election, and give them a vote to get attention. Forget the talent to step into the bed, seeing red, defeating the beast to get ahead. Be the best in the contest, leading the rest, the press, clamoring to get a shot at the next best.
I'm very impressed, very, very impressed. And you know what? To be able to do what you've done, you know, the way you train, finding a way to keep motivated, you know, like, it's not easy. You don't have the best equipment, you don't have the best gym, but you have something that you need if you want to become a champion.
Exactly.
That and a good heart.
Exactly.
Good luck.
My God, thank you.
Respect.
So I start a storm inside my head and settle down.
Ce que je retiens de mon séjour à New York, c'est qu'à New York, on peut y aller et se sentir en sécurité, je vous dirais, à peu près tout le temps. Et on peut vraiment se rendre à peu près partout sans avoir peur d'être agressé. Par contre, ça dépend toujours du moment de la journée, les gens qu'on rencontre et du timing. Ce qu'il faut comprendre, si on suit les règles, je vous dirais, typiques des voyageurs, on ne va pas se promener la nuit dans des rues sombres. On se tient où il y a du monde et qu'on se tourne autour des endroits touristiques. Je peux vous dire qu'on peut aller à New York, avoir beaucoup de plaisir et ça de façon sécuritaire.